Welcome to Quick MCAT Lessons, where I try to explain MCAT topics in 10 minutes or less. Today, we're going to talk about the skin. The skin is the body's largest organ and serves as a vital interface between the internal and external environments. It's composed of three primary layers: the epidermis, the dermis, and the hypodermis, which is a subcutaneous layer. Each has a distinct structure and function. So let's start with the epidermis. The epidermis is the outermost layer of the skin, and it's composed of primarily keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. It lacks blood vessels and relies on diffusion from the underlying dermis for nutrient delivery. It contains several layers which are called strata. So starting with the deepest layer, the stratum basale, or the stratum germinativum. This contains stem cells and is responsible for proliferation of keratinocytes. These are cells that produce keratin. It also contains Merkel cells, which function in touch sensation, and it contains melanocytes, which produce melanin. Melanin is a pigment that protects against UV radiation. Now, all humans have similar levels of melanocytes, but skin color comes from varying levels of activity of the melanocytes. Upon exposure to UV radiation, melanocytes increase activity, resulting in a darker skin color. So after the stratum basale, we have the stratum spinosum. Here, the proliferative keratinocytes connect to each other by desmosomes. This gives this layer a spiny appearance. Langerhans cells, a type of special macrophages, reside here. Langerhans cells can present antigens to T cells in order to activate the immune system. Following this, we have the stratum granulosum. Here, keratinocytes die and lose their nuclei. This leads to the accumulation of keratohyalin granules and lamellar bodies, which contribute to the skin's water barrier. After this, we have the stratum lucidum, but this layer is only present in thick, hairless skin, which is only on the palms of your hands and on the soles of your feet. This is nearly transparent, and it consists of a thin, clear layer of dead keratinocytes. Finally, we have the most superficial layer, stratum corneum. This is composed of several dozen layers of dead, flattened keratinocytes called corneocytes. These provide mechanical protection and help prevent water loss. So just a quick note about thin versus thick skin. Thick skin is only found on the palms of the hands and on the soles of the feet. It has a stratum lucidum, which is very thin, but it is an extra layer nonetheless. Thick skin has no hair follicles and no sebaceous glands. Thin skin covers the rest of the body. It has all the other layers, just not stratum lucidum. It has hair follicles and sebaceous glands. Below the epidermis, below the stratum basale, we have the dermis. This dermis provides structural integrity and elasticity due to its rich matrix of collagen and elastin fibers. It's highly vascularized and innervated, as this supports thermal regulation and sensation. The dermis has two regions or layers, the papillary layer and the reticular layer. The papillary layer is composed of loose connective tissue containing capillaries and sensory neurons. Dermal papillae intertwine with the epidermis, increasing surface area for nutrient diffusion. The reticular layer is the dense layer below the papillary layer. This is made of irregular connective tissue, sweat glands, blood vessels, sebaceous glands, and hair follicles originate here. Most sensory receptors are also located in the dermis. Merkel cells, or Merkel discs, are present at the dermal-epidermal junction and are responsible for deep pressure and texture sensation within the skin. In this layer, there are also free nerve endings, which respond to pain. We have Meissner corpuscles, which respond to light touch. We have Ruffini endings, which respond to stretch. And we have Pacinian corpuscles, which respond to deep pressure and vibration. This brings us to the last layer, the hypodermis. This is a subcutaneous layer. The hypodermis is below the dermis and is composed mostly of adipose tissue and connective tissue. It serves as an insulator, shock absorber, and energy reservoir. It also anchors the skin to underlying muscles and bones. Now that's it for the layers. I just want to do a quick overview, starting with the most superficial layer all the way down to the hypodermis. So we have stratum corneum, stratum lucidum only on the palms of your hands or the soles of your feet, otherwise there's no stratum lucidum. Then we have stratum granulosum, then we have stratum spinosum, and finally we have stratum basale. Following this, we have the papillary layer of the dermis, then the reticular layer of the dermis, and finally the hypodermis. And that's it for today. Next time we'll talk about the functions of the skin.